1 month, 2-month-old babies. So I said, can you give me those guidelines, and I'll try to go get those permissions. I took those guidelines, came back, sat whole night, make a roadmap. And they said if you get everyone COVID, we need COVID test of every single individual, and everyone who's from which area. If someone is from Vasai, Nala Supara, Palghar, Vadala, Bandra. So we from that police station, we want those permissions, and to the state they are going, in that particular state, from every single district they are going, from the DMs, and you want those permissions also. They said it's not possible, so I said don't try it. I said
so
just
that
give me a
means
day.
In total, how many areas and how many police stations did you get the permissions from?
Every single police station in this city, and not only in Mumbai. From Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, there's not even a single state, not even a single district, not even a single city that I haven't explored. I connected with almost 7.5 lakh people there, and if you go through my phone sometimes when you need, I'll show you every police station in this country, the DMs, the ADMs, everyone's they are on my nodal officers of these states, embassies of different countries from where I got the evacuations. Everyone is on my phone list now.
Wow. Wow.
And I was speaking to them every day. Sometime in the middle of the night, I used to call them. I said, sorry, sir, and some DM from Gorakhpur, etc. I have to send these people back. I said, how many of them? So about 6,500. And by the time I used to make the data of 6,500 people, another 3,500-4,000 people used to know it. Okay, Sony is sending, another 6,000 comes, another 6,000 comes. They were mounting they were multiplying every single minute. And I said, man, this is not going to happen. So I remember when I sent the first set of people, so a lot of people connected on my WhatsApp, on my social media, on my Twitter, and they said, how can we connect with them? So there were a lot of sending them back.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot of work. What made you write this memoir?
Sorry, my mom, she was a professor. She always used to, write letters when I was studying in Nagpur doing my engineering to inspire me that, if one day I'm not around, so these letters will stay with you. And I always used to ask her, Mom, I speak to you every day. I don't know what to write on a letter because I just spoke to you for half an hour. She said, when these are the records that you'll have when I'm not there, and I have every single letter she wrote me during my college days to my struggle days in Mumbai, and I go through those letters and I revisit those memory lanes, and that inspired me. I said, all these people, and she always used to say that, all the special moments of your life, you have to put it on paper. And I believe that last 8 months were my 8 to 10 months now, are my most special, months of my life. So I had to put every record on paper and all the families and all the individuals that I connected with.
But tell me, Sonu, this is, you've led a special life. But in this special life, if there was that one special moment that you would say was transformational, or something that was like one thing that changed you, or was like a life-altering thing, would you be able to pinpoint one such moment?
Yeah, so in the first lot of buses that there were 10 buses from Thana, and there were 350 people, a lot of kids, very. Like I said, apart from 2 months, 3-month-old babies, they were around 5 or 6 years. When I sent them back to their homes, and I was in the buses sending them back, okay, bye, and you just reach. And I was not sure that they have to reach safely. I was scared that in the states when the buses are going to pass through different states, they're going to get stopped, or someone is going to not let them enter. So I was not sure because it was happening for the first time. And all those little kids, when they saw in my eyes, they had a smile, and the parents had tears in their eyes. And I said, it's when and the first you're going to walk with these little kids all the way to Bangalore. They said, yeah, sir, हमने उनको बोल दिया कि हम 1-2 घंटे में पहुंच जाएंगे and बच्चे चल पड़ेंगे. And they will need at least 10-15 days to reach, maybe more. And I thought, I don't want these kids to grow with a memory where the parents have lied to them कि बेटा अभी एक घंटे में आ जाएगा अपना घर आ जाएगा आ जाएगा, and they are walking non-stop for weeks. So I said I don't want them to grow up with these memories, so I have to send them back. And that was I would say, the turning point of my life. And that's how everything started.
There are so many people who are watching this and who are constantly sending thanks to you, or सब कह रहे हैं कि how much they love you, और आपने I'm just reading all the messages and they're just saying about how much people are asking for your help. Now there must be a lot of them who still ask for your help and need it, and uh, so what do? This was a period you send them back, but there's so much of equity. There's so much of knowledge that you have gathered in how you can help and how you can put things together. How do you plan to use this in future?
So the if I share what I did in 8-10 months, I have not done in my entire life. I've learned every single day. So when I was sending them back to their homes, I used to ask them, when are you going to come back? And they used to say, कि सर कोई job मिलेगा तो आएंगे वापस, नहीं तो वहीं job ढूंढेंगे. 10 out of 10 people used to say the same thing, and I knew I knew that it's going to be a huge job crisis that's coming our way, and I need to create some kind of job platforms for them. So I started getting connected with schools to get their skill development. So if they are living in their villages, so I can teach them they can sewing or some kind of stitching or some kind of carpentry work. I can teach them. So I connected with almost 28,000 schools in that pandemic. Then I said, jobs. So I started connecting with all the corporates. I knew, because since everyone has traveled, so they will also need people. They'll need a lot of blue collar workers. I started connecting with all of them. When I started connecting with all of them, there was a huge mad rush of demand, and the need that started coming in. 1.5 days, almost close to 2 million people messaged me on my the portal, the toll free number that I started, that we need jobs. And I said, 2 million, how it's going to happen? And then I started connecting, and in 3.5-4 months, I was able to provide job to close to 1,70,000 people.
Oh my God.
And they are working now in the different departments, in the best of factories. There are a lot of skill development happening in the core of India, where people are learning. We are teaching them stitching. We are getting them in big companies like Wellspun, and also it's happening parallelly. And I remember then Temasek, from Singapore, they connected, and they saw that all work happening. They said, this is something magical. We haven't seen something like this, and how can we connect with you and we can change lives? And then they came on board, and we are creating a technology. Sonali, I'll share when I'll meet you. It's going to be a state of art. In 3 years, we are going to connect to almost 10 crore job seekers, and we are going to provide them the best of jobs. It's not about job; it's about their healthcare, their digital portfolios, the standard of living that they're going to enjoy. It's not something that चौक पे खड़े हो गए 10 लोग, and हम मिस्त्री को पकड़ के लेके आते थे, वो करके आता था. Everyone will have an identity. They'll work in different parts of the country. They'll different parts of the world. We're trying to connect all different branches, and that's what my aim is in 3 years, to create a platform which is never seen before, and it connects the whole of country.
So, you've been the busiest in the pandemic, this it looks like, and look at what you've achieved. Any person, like I said, that as we keep saying, I'm starting that again. Amazing human being. It's amazing what you've done. Now, any person who was doing this would have said, like you said, given the food and said, okay, I did my bit. Oh, more than that, you've sent some people home, I've done my bit. You sent more and more, you went and seeked out. Now, when you send them home, you've thought of what are they going to do at home? What happens then? So you've kind of identified that, and you've still gone ahead and tried to work further in it. This has been so organic. This is something that you've not given up. And this kind of, what would you say, it's kind of a resolve, I think, that you've made it, where you just kind of finding out newer ways to make their lives easier. In trying to make their lives easier, you're developing new technology, and you're finding newer ways to reach people and make their lives simpler. This is a lot of work, and this, I would say, is a true example of how do you use this pandemic in a positive way. So no, it's amazing that you have achieved this, and I appreciate the fact that you keep saying that there's a lot more to be done. I get it, and if there's anything that I can help you with, please tell us, because there are a lot of times when we don't even know what to do, and a lot of us sit down and say, "Kya kare?" But you did it. And if you can just lead this way in it, we'll be so happy to be able to help you with that. And hence, once again, I disagree with the title of this book. I am no Messiah. I think you are. And I really wish you all the best for this book. It was a great opportunity to catch up for this book, but more than anything else, I would say that this is a great way to know exactly what all you've done. What is it that you're going to be doing? Anything more in future? Other than these aspects, what
सुपर
else
है
are you doing?
मार रहा
So this was
हूँ.
the first thing that was started. We always see that our